Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's video, we're going to kick it off, and it's called Blaming the Right Thing. All right, so we're just going to get into it. I'll just start off today with like kind of a story, just we can relate it back to politics as I always do. But I was in an accident in February of this year, and I injured some things, and like one of the things I injured was my knee. And so as a result of that, I was going to the doctor, going to physical therapy, everything, because most of the pain just like sort of revealed itself in my knee. You know what I mean? So like we're just trying to figure out what all the pain was, what we're doing, how we're going to fix it. So, going for months and months and months, and it was getting better incrementally, but it really wasn't getting as good as it really could. So I wanted to go back and get some re-diagnostic, you know what I'm saying? Maybe what else was going on. And then, long story short, it ended up after MRIs and x-rays and all these things and reevaluation that it wasn't actually my knee, even though it was the thing that was giving me the most pain and my most symptoms. What it actually was pain in my lower back, and a pinched nerve that was causing damage to sort of trickle all the way down to my knee where I was experiencing it the most. So almost sounds like a sermon, right? But just want to wrap this in terms of like politics. I feel like this is something that literally happens with us in so many things politically, that we concentrate on the symptom, you're right, the symptom that may be causing us the most pain in the moment, the thing that's the most glaring. However, that symptom may just be that, and it's not actually the root cause of what things that we need to change. And I just want to kind of go right into kind of how it's affecting politics right now. Maybe it's because I'm in Pennsylvania and it's a swing state, but you can't tell by these palms, right? But it's a matter of everything. I mean, everything ties back to immigration in every ad that I've seen. And even some of the, when I talk to some conservatives about it, like every issue somehow oversimplified ties back into immigration. It could be about FEMA, like, oh, well, they're, instead of like directing money to FEMA, they're directing money to illegal immigrants. It could be about healthcare. Well, I can't get healthcare because they're giving free healthcare to illegal immigrants. It could be about jobs. Well, I can't get a job because the illegal immigrants are taking up all the jobs. It could be about wages. Well, the illegal immigrants are here pushing down the wages because they're accepting it too low. Inflation, well, it's the illegal immigrants that are causing that, because like we just have to deal with them coming in and redirecting things that we could have towards them. And crime, oh, the reason why we have so much crime because these illegals are coming over and they're criminals straight out of jail, and it's like, so it's like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like, even transit, well, they're giving trans surgery to the illegals in jail. It's like, so everything to me seems to be like oversimplified into like, if these illegal people are gone, then somehow every single issue that you're experiencing in life that you don't like will vanish with it. And I think we know that, like, just anecdotally, that's completely bullshit. And if you've been convinced by those things, it's because you've been scapegoated. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally have been incentivized to do so. You know what I'm saying? Because think about like what marketing is. Like these ads that we do, like marketing in itself is manipulation. Like marketing, look up the definitions, it's really like designed to cause you to make an emotional reaction. It's caused to give you a cause and reaction, a response, an emotional appeal. It's not meant for you just to go back and be deliberate and do your own research and everything like that. Things like you would think like medicine and politics should be about, but no, they're actually like trying to get you to make an emotional response and connect to that and not really think of anything else. And it's really the real root way of why things have not gotten better. And I ask you this, it's like labor has always had issues in America, right? Labor throughout time has had issues with how things are going, and there's always been a different scapegoat here, a different scapegoat there, different whatever. But things, even though they've changed incrementally, and not to say that labor is the same as it was during the Great Depression, right? But there are a lot of things going on. And this will probably be another video moving forward, but every indicator says that the economy is doing well right now. Every single indicator that we know. And it's the same indicators that we've used like forever, right? So it's like if Trump was saying his economy was great based on certain indicators, then you have to believe the same indicators about the economy happening right now, right? But this actually got me to think about something larger than that. It's like, so if we are like, a lot of people don't feel the economy is good, right? So what does that actually say? I mean, some people are like, oh, well, you're just stupid. You're not feeling the economy. You don't know how to read. Like you're just not seeing the GDP. Like, I think that may be one thing. That's one facet, and that's valid. But I think what's also valid is like, if people aren't feeling it, then are those indicators real indicators, right? And who is determining the economy? Like, all the rich people are doing well, right? And the rich people actually own most of the economy. So if they're doing well, then the economy is doing well. But if you're not doing well, that doesn't mean the economy is not doing well, right? That doesn't mean that at all. You're not the economy. We are not the economy. We don't make up shit. 1% of people owns 90% of things. So if 1% of people is okay, then the economy is okay. So I feel like that is something to say that, like, and again, to the point of this video, that it's the root actual cause. So people, if you're saying that you don't think the economy is good, that's not true. The economy is great. You're not good. You know what I'm saying? So what is not good about the scenario that's causing you to think that the economy is bad? And it's the same thing that it's always been. The wealthy people are taking too much. Period. They're not, the trickle down is not trickling, and you're feeling the brunt because of things that have really nothing even that we can control. Like, I know a lot of people are talking about, inflation, again, the economy, but it's like, are you blaming the right things? Inflation is not something that like Joe Biden can just like snap his fingers and do. And also, let me give a basic premise that the United States economy is literally the envy of the world. Literally the envy of the world right now. So you have to look at that in a global context. You can say, oh, I'm not liking what's happening in America right now in the economy, but like, we're the best in the world. So what does that say? What does that say? Like, you're angry at the best thing that's happening in the world. And granted, like, there are things that we can work, but that has to be calibrated. The same with inflation. Inflation was a global phenomenon that America has handled the best. So everybody's going through the shit, but we're going through it the best. So you just can't say, oh, everything is terrible, oh my God, this, that, and the other, without taking that into a huge context that like everyone, 8 billion people are experiencing things, but you are amongst the 300 million that are experiencing it the least. So you really have to calibrate that, right? You just can't say everything is shitty. It's not. If the globe is going through things, like if we're all going through global warming, right? The whole globe is warming. You can't be like, well, Joe Biden did that. Like, no, the globe is fucking warming. So like, can we have a calibration so we can get the right solution? If you're sitting here blaming all this other stuff, if you're making a very complex issue oversimplified, if you're sitting there blaming immigrants for everything, if you're not looking at the globe in a full global worldly context, you're the fucking problem. You are not blaming the right things. So you're causing people to concentrate on the wrong things and getting the wrong solutions. You're like me treating my knee. We got to figure out what's going on, get that MRI, really treat the back, really get some of these root issues like, global poverty and greed, and a lot of things that the incentivizing greed as our motivation system for things like health and education that like should really not be among that. Small digression. We are still allegedly have like the greatest everything, but like the United States, our life expectancy is 10 years lower than our European counterparts. We are much less happy. We don't have the greatest outcomes on our medical expenses, even though we expend the most. It's like, so what's going on? We have to like take a break, take a step back, stop letting people tell us what's wrong, and really figure out what's going on. Let's get that internal and global MRI so we can figure out the real issue and actually get popping. Until next time.